Nearly half of American taxpayers are somewhat or very dependent on receiving a tax refund this year. So are you one of them?
I think I am. Yes, absolutely. Well, that number comes from H&R Block, and their survey shows 1 in 4 people might not have enough to pay their bills if their refund is delayed.
Yeah, so why do these delays happen, and what if it happens to you? Welcome back, H&R Block tax professional Kristi St. Aubin. Thanks for coming in, Kristi. It's good to see you again. It's been about a year.
Thanks for having me in.
Yeah.
Tax time already again?
It is. Yeah, after the first year, you start gathering all those documents up, and for there's a lot of people out there that overpay throughout the course of the year, so they get a refund back.
Right.
But sometimes those refunds can get delayed. What are some of those causes?
Okay, so refunds are delayed basically because of the PATH Act, which was passed by Congress to do more checking on people's what they file. So if you file earned income credit, child tax credit, or education credits, they just need time to let your documents catch up to with your return, so we're not paying out fraud, and people then don't get their refund that they're entitled because somebody already claim that.
In some past years, those refunds came back pretty quickly.
Right,
What,
right.
7 to 10 days seems in some cases?
Right. And if you don't have, if you're just a regular wage earner and you send your taxes in, you don't have any of those things that are causing delays, you could get your refund as fast as 7 to 10 days.
Wow.
We've already seen returns accepted by the IRS.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
So-
great.
Good.
So what are the biggest concerns if someone is having a delayed tax return?
Well, the biggest concern is that right now, maybe they wanted to use that to pay off their Christmas credit or a big debt that they had, and that gets held up. Or for some people, it's simple things like paying their rent or paying their regular bills. They just don't have enough money to make everything all come together.
You make a good point with after the holiday season, because people spend more obviously during that time, put it on a credit card, they really want to get that paid off.
Rack up some
So,
debt.
yeah.
So what can people do? What can they do if they've got a refund coming back and it's delayed? They're not getting it back as quickly as they thought they may.
Well, at H&R Block, we offer a refund advance, so you can come in, file your taxes with us, we submit your return to the IRS, and then our bank, which is BoFi Bank, will, if you're qualified, you could get up to $3,000 of that refund immediately, within
In
24
advance.
hours.
Okay,
That's
within
a really
24
In
hours.
advance.
Option. It's a very nice option.
And then when you actually get your refund,
It
you pay
pays
back.
down.
Yeah, it
So
pays
your
down.
refund pays down that, and you get the balance of what your refund was. So you're just getting your refund, 6 weeks early.
That would be really nice. Well, there are also some changes, of course, in the tax law. So do families, or what do families need to know as they prepare to file their 2017 tax returns?
Well, most of those laws do not affect 2017 tax returns. They're affecting the ones that are going to come out, and we're going to do in
next year.
19.
Okay.
But you're going to notice a difference in your paycheck coming up in the next few weeks because the withholding will change. Because the taxes are going to go down, so your withholding will go down. So people will see more money in their paychecks.
Yeah, so the withholdings, how do you make sure that the proper changes to those withholdings are applied correctly, and to make sure that the money is being withheld properly?
Right. You can sit down with us and we can go over what each situation is different. Like every family is different. Some people like to have a big refund, some people like break even. Well, we can go through the tax table and what your income is and decide which situation is best for you to claim on your W-4. Everybody should relook at their W-4 this year, and that's through your employer.
Yeah.
And besides seeing, the paychecks change, which I'm sure we're all kind of excited for, what else could change this year because of the tax reform?
A couple other things that's going to change is people are going to see next year see a higher child deduction. You're going to get $2,000 for your child instead of one.
Yeah, it was
this year.
$1,000, right?
Right, it was $1,000. Next year will be $2,000, and your standard deduction will go up. Well, that's going to depend on where you fall. Or do you need to have more taken out? Are you going to owe more? Are you going to owe less? That's what people are coming in and asking us.
And those are great questions, because the child tax credit, that's big for some families out there. You go from $1,000 to $2,000, and that applies for the 2018 taxes.
Right.
So
right.
next
So
year,
this year, if
2019.
your child is under 17, it's $1,000 for this year.
And then how do you make sure that that you're taking advantage of all those deductions properly? You've got to gather all these documents
Right.
and then sit down with your tax professional.
Right. I ask a lot of questions. I want to get to know my client that's sitting at my desk so I don't miss something. Are you going to be buying a house? Do we need to be talking about that? Did you just buy a house? Did you make a life change? Did you get married this year? So now you have now you're married filing joint instead of
Right,
single.
right.
I mean, all those life changes change your taxes.
Yeah.
Well, if
Call the
you're-
right questions.
If you're interested in more information, give H&R Block a call at 1-800-HR-BLOCK or head on over to hrblock.com/refund advance to learn about that option as well.
Yeah, you really got to sit down with somebody, with a
Yep,
professional.
you
I know
do.
you
Yep.
guys do that at H&R Block, hrblock.com, and then also Refund Advance, the
Yep.
slash on that if you want to get to that.
Yep.
Good to see you.
Thanks.
Good to see
We'll
you.
see
I've
you
been
in-
doing my own taxes, but I think I'm going to change that up
You know,
this
if you
year.
do your own, you can come in
another
and have
work.
us do a second look and see if you
Oh,
did
that
it
would
right.
be nice.
That is a
Alrighty.
no charge.
That's
Oh,
great.
that's great. Well, we
Bingo.
may see you soon.
You're in.
Good to see you.
Good to
All
see ya.
right.